It is sometimes said that people don't appreciate something until it's gone. And that message resonates rather strongly with me this week for 3 reasons. For those who've been following my pre-Shabbat messages for the last few years, when I started them here. And behind me, there was a wide array of pignon in particular, which the birds would like to settle in. But after a while, they contracted bark beetle, and there was nothing that we could do. So over the last few weeks, I've been chopping them down. With the help of some friends, we've been uprooting them, and then using a chainsaw, I've been chopping them into pieces. And the first thing that I share about that is particularly how much I appreciated the trees when they were there, but now they're gone, I really profoundly miss them. I miss them as a place for sitting and watching the birds right near our house, as a way of shade, as a way of just, even as they were dying, watching the woodpeckers come and really have a go. And even though the landscape that you see behind me, which is definitely not finished as you can see, even though the landscape behind me is now very much full of juniper and hardly has any pignon at all, I still nonetheless appreciate and miss the pignon that were there, and now appreciate the other things, the smaller trees that I see are starting to grow as well. It's interesting, the focus had very much in the past been on the larger trees, and now I see the trees with potential, the trees that have just started to grow and will grow to full height in 10 or 20 years' time. But I do miss them, and it made me, really cutting these trees down and uprooting them really made me realize only afterwards how much I valued them. But there's 2 other things that I have realized that I value, and only realized after I didn't have them. And that's because I was extremely reckless and didn't consider how loud a chainsaw was and didn't wear appropriate ear protection. So since last Monday, I have had a constant ringing in my ears, and it's made me very dizzy. And so I actually went and was checked out this morning and have been told I almost certainly have dodged a bullet and have no hearing loss, and that this will go away in a few weeks' time, that this constant whistle that I have in my ears and this dizziness should go away in a few weeks' time. And that experience has really made me appreciate, really stripped me bare, and really made me appreciate the fragility of the human body, the fragility of our own bodies. Our bodies are a gift from God, and God gives those gifts in all different shapes and sizes, and we should celebrate all different kinds of bodies. And we have a responsibility to take care of them. It's a mitzvah to take care of our own body. It's a mitzvah to eat healthily. It's a mitzvah to exercise, to make sure that our body works as best as it can, given the gift that it is. And on Monday, I did not take care of my body and very nearly suffered as a result for the rest of my life. And so this has really reminded me of how much I appreciated just being able to stand and not feel nauseous, just being able to stop and listen and enjoy the world around us. And really that third thing that I have realized that I so profoundly treasure and didn't realize it until I didn't have it was silence. Silence is so important. At the moment, I don't have it. At the moment, I have a ringing in my ears. And even though I'm assured that it will almost certainly go away in a few weeks' time, it really, really drives home the power and the importance of silence. In our prayer service, we have a reading which has been shared by some of our B'nai and B'not Mitzvah about how the prayer service isn't just the words, but it's also the space in between the words. It's the calmness, the silence. And so this pre-Shabbat message, all my pre-Shabbat messages are filled with words and not always filled with silence. That probably wouldn't make for an interesting pre-Shabbat message. Although the reflective and meditative service that we hold every once in a while, we held one last week, does give space for silence, for the importance of silence. So this week, I share things that I value only once I realize I no longer have them. The trees that were here, I appreciate the wind right now, that is present. The trees that were here, the pinon trees that were here, I value them as I miss them. The ability to stand and not feel totally nauseous is something that I hadn't really appreciated. My health, my fragile health, I hadn't really appreciated, and silence as well. I don't think I appreciated as much. So those trees won't regrow, but new trees will grow in their place. My ears will heal. I share today a message of appreciation. Judaism is about appreciation, giving thanks, expressing wonder for the world around us and our own human bodies. So I encourage you on this Shabbat to take care of yourselves, to appreciate your health, to take care of your health, to appreciate the world around you, and take care of the world around you, and also even, especially on Shabbat, to appreciate silence. I hope that you'll be able to join us this evening. Cantiliana is still away. Tonight's service is myself and Aaron, and we're going to be taking a service that we led 6 years ago, tweaking it somewhat, and then bringing it back to the community for some old school tunes you may not have heard for a while. And then I encourage you to join us tomorrow for our Torah study on Shalach Lacha, and tomorrow morning in our Shabbat Shacharit service as well. And that in those services, we will give space to appreciate the world around us, to appreciate the wonder of our human bodies, and to appreciate silence. I wish you Shabbat Shalom.